20 a.m. in Las Vegas. Our show is produced by Green Alliance of Nevada, sponsored by Envy Energy, and I'm your host, Stan Hannell. Today we're talking with Sierra LLC. We're talking about heating, venting, and air conditioning as well. And during the last break, we were talking about the flu season that's going on right now. You know, everybody's kind of struggling with that. The neat thing about installing a modern air conditioning system is the you can control the quality of air a lot better these days. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, Ryan, to get started on that?
You can. There's different filter options that you can choose. We have a lot of filter options that have UV lights in them so that they can kill germs and bacteria as they're floating through the air.
Wow.
We also have what is called a coil scrubber, which is a UV light that stays on the whole time inside your air conditioning itself. So that way when it's cycling the air throughout the house, you're also now getting filtered air going through the home instead of just going through a 1-inch filter in your return grill.
That's great, yeah. So the quality is being maintained and even cleaned, as you're saying, as you're scrubbing the air as it goes through your system.
Yes, exactly.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and it's challenging these days. We were talking about different types of filter options. You actually have upgrades that you can put on there that are even finer than something you would buy at Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yes, exactly. There's micro power guards that actually go into the return grill themselves. That's our electrostatic filters.
Mm-hmm.
We have filter cabinets that will go up into the attic where your unit actually is, and those do have UV light bulbs in them also.
Nice.
So there's a bunch of different options. After we do your home analysis, we'll take a look and see what will best fit your needs, depending on your allergies. And
that's fantastic. And what's the cost differential between that and, say, something you would get at a department store?
Well, it just depends. You know, as far as going from like a department store filter, those are changing. You know, anywhere between 30 and 60 days. Most of our filter cabinets are good up to a year, depending on the living habitat and what your allergies are. So, I mean, they're very, very compatible. You know, comparable when you're actually talking about replacing your filter every 60 days.
That's tremendous. And we were also talking about just the dust out here and keeping that out. And so
absolutely.
Just the finer the grain, the filter, the better. So that's tremendous.
Especially with the windstorms we have out here.
Yeah, yesterday it really blew.
As in last night.
30-mile-an-hour gusts and 60-mile-an-hour gusts. Yeah. No, very good. Yeah, that's fantastic. You also handle water heaters as well for heating water as well as other systems. So that's another service that you offer. And any other products that you wanted to mention that are particular to HVAC systems?
I kind of wanted to. This is Sean again. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the filters. So that one of the things that a lot of people don't think about is, you know, you go to the workplace, your kids go to school, and that's where we pick up the germs. It's not that they
Right.
grow inside the home. It's that we normally pick them up outside the home. And then once we bring them home, if we don't have any way to actually get rid of them in the house, they just sit there and circulate until they build up, and then we get sick from it.
Good point. Yeah.
Some of the filtration that we offer with the UV lights, it's the same technology they use in hospitals to actually clean and purify the hospital rooms. But now we're bringing that inside your home so we can clean, purify your home, your system, the air you breathe, to help cut down on those chances of you getting sick. Nobody likes being sick. Nobody likes being stuck at home or having to go to work being sick. It just does not make it fun. The other factor, too, is with the filters, the higher quality filters will keep the system cleaner longer, which also helps cut down on the maintenance side of things. The biggest problem and due to reduction in efficiency on air conditioning systems is dirt and dust.
Right.
So if we can keep that dirt and dust out of the system, we can cut down on the cost of the utility usage. We can also cut down on the maintenance cost for cleaning. Just help the system last longer, so you get more time out of that system that you've paid for.
That's tremendous. Yeah, and basically, if it lasts a year or two, then you're saving time and efficiency. I like the idea that the UV light is actively killing those germs too. That's amazing. So very good, fantastic. Any other products that your company offers or services, I guess, also that are notable?
The thermostats that we were talking about on the last time frame, the new Wi-Fi programmable thermostats are extremely convenient because you do have complete control from anywhere. If you go on vacation, instead of keeping the house comfortable for nobody, say you're driving out of town and you're 30 minutes away from the house, you don't want to turn around, just pull it up on your phone, adjust it. You make it warmer or colder depending on what time of year, and then that way you're not wasting power when nobody's there.
Right.
And then when you're on your way home, you can always, turn it back down and make it comfortable again to help keep the home comfortable while you're there and save energy when you're not there.
That's tremendous. So as soon as you walk in the door, it's ready for you.
Exactly.
That's tremendous.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Any challenges? I know we talked last segment about our high heat out here. Any other unique challenges that people have with their HVA systems living here in the desert?
Well, the biggest challenge that we run into, and we try to educate as many people as possible, is maintenance. We
Right.
do offer maintenance plan when we come out in springtime and in fall time to just check the system over and try to catch that stuff before summer gets here and before it breaks down.
That's a
So
good
that
point.
way it's not an inconvenience to you, it's not an inconvenience to, everybody.
Right.
If we come out and we do a maintenance, we go through the air conditioner and check the electrical connections, the motors, the refrigerant levels, and make sure that everything's working, the best that it can for summer. If we do find those burnt wires or connections or, motors leaking oil or something, we're going to let you know about it so that way we can either, you can be ready for it in the middle of summer, or we can take care of it so we don't have to see you again in summertime.
Right.
No offense, it's just,
Yeah.
we like to get this stuff taken care of before it becomes an emergency.
Right. So right now is a good time for folks to consider. The summers will be here just in 2 months or
Yeah.
sooner. So it's a great time to consider your system, and by doing that maintenance, someone also will save money just on their existing system without needing to change the. the new one.
Exactly. And a lot of people think, well, I've got a brand new system or I got a brand new home, I don't need to do maintenance. You buy a brand new car and you still take it in to get the oil changed on it every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, but yet our air conditioning systems run more than our cars.
That's
but
true.
yet we check them out less than we do our cars.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Most people don't think about an air conditioning except for the thermostat on the wall. But, it still needs some, TLC to just make sure that everything's working
Yes.
properly.
That's tremendous. Yeah. And so, twice a year is good maintenance, just like a car. Like you would take a car in the dealership. Fantastic. Any other ideas about HVAC? Your company's been around about 4 years, but you have a involvement in people that have been around the area here for 30 years, I guess. So that's tremendous. How much? What do you see with the market now? It always seems like there's never enough HVAC people out when you need them. So, especially during the summer.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't think about, that maintenance, or don't think about the filters. And when it comes down to it, our maintenance plan, we start calling you to remind you it's time for maintenance, or even the filters. Going to a 1-year filter. I go to homes all the time where people are like, "Oh, I changed my filter last month or last week," and it's dated for December of last year.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it's like, well, I thought I did,
Yeah, right?
but it's one of those things that's just not. You do it once in the at the beginning of the year. In January, you do it once at the beginning of the spring, and then you're done for the rest of the year. You don't have to worry about forgetting about it because it'll last.
Right.
Same thing with the maintenance plan. We'll call you when it's time to start doing the maintenances, so that way we can make sure your system's going to run properly for the summertime. Make sure it's going to run properly for the wintertime. A lot of people don't think about it until it's an absolute need.
Right.
Of, I came home from work, my house is 97 degrees, and I have no air conditioning, and it's 5:30 in the afternoon. How
Right.
soon can you get somebody out here? It becomes a stressful situation for everybody, the homeowner, the technician. Ideally, doing maintenance and having those filters, where it's one of those things where we forget, we get busy, we have very busy lives. If we can get that stuff scheduled and taken care of before it becomes an emergency, it's less stress on everybody.
For sure. And you have 70 employees. I bet they get stretched thin during August. And
Yeah, it seems like we never have enough people.
And speaking of that, not having enough people, do you guys hire as you're starting to ramp up for peak season? And if so, how does somebody start down the path of a career path for air conditioning or HVAC basically?
Yeah, we've actually been hiring all year long. We were hiring in November, December. We're hiring now. It's one of those things where we're growing. We've been growing for the last few years, and it seems like we have a problem just keeping up with demand. So,
That's excellent. And you train, I take it.
yeah, we do a lot of training just to keep everybody, because the industry's changing so much with the technology. We want to keep the technicians and everybody up to par on all the new technology. So that way, when we do come into the home, we can go over all the new technologies, all the new benefits, all the new items that are coming available to, give you the best options for your home.
That's excellent. So those of you that might be interested in entering this industry, in this field, go ahead and go to Sierra Air, right? What is the website?
SierraCoolsLV.com.
Sierra Cools
LV.
LV.com. Excellent.
And I think the College of Southern Nevada also has some entry-level classes that people can take on their Cheyenne campus. I think that's
believe
if
so,
they're
yeah.
interested in that as well. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, any schooling's better than none.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that we can't train you. Better attitudes. Having a better attitude is better than any skill at the end of the day. Because we can train skill, it's kind of hard to change attitude. So
Right.
I like that.
that's one of the things we definitely do look for.
So true.
Thank you very much. We'll be taking a break right now, and we've got one more segment planned. After the break, we'll talk a little bit more. Thank you.